Good evening, everyone. It is a really nice, warm evening here in extreme northern Georgia in the Ridge and Valley region of the state. It's in the low 70s right now, which is pretty nice weather for October, so I'm going to do some cruising for some snakes here, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, the first snake of the night is this little neonate timber rattlesnake here. Actually looks a bit big for a neonate, but it's still super young, as you can see. Doesn't really have any buttons on the tail. Probably from this year. Now, these are a bit different from the montane timber rattlesnakes that I have where I grew up in Tennessee. These are the lowland or canebrake variant. Some people still consider canebrakes to be a separate species. Personally, I'm one of them, but current taxonomy calls these timber rattlesnakes, so we'll just go with that. But as you can already see, even compared to the neonates at the montane populations, this timber is a bit different. It's already starting to get that orange stripe and the nice silver grayish coloration on the back. Whereas true montane timbers actually become either black or yellow or brown as they age. So really cool to see. I'm just going to move this little guy out of the road and we'll see what else we can find. Snake number 2 of the night is this nice little gray rat snake here. This is just a little juvenile. Really similar to the black rat snakes that I have back home in Tennessee. I am in extreme northern Georgia right now, not far from the Tennessee state line, so not really surprising. But yeah, really clean little rat snake. It's definitely a night for the babies. Good to see the colubrids are moving, but I'm going to move this little guy off the road and get to cruising, and hopefully we will find something a little bit rarer, such as a mole king snake. So unfortunately I did not find any other snakes the other night, but I'm out here doing some marbled salamander surveys with the Amphibian Foundation. And while looking for marbleds, we just turned up this beautiful, almost solid black rat snake here. Now this is right in Atlanta, so you would expect these to be more gray. You know, in Georgia, they're basically gray rat snakes. You don't see many individuals this black. This is really similar to what I have back home in Tennessee. Notice the underneath, it is also solid black. Very little white on this snake. Good sized individual too. Really clean looking, but we're just going to photograph this snake and keep on doing our survey, and if I find anything else of interest, I will be filming it. Notice the little release call this guy's doing. Always cute to see and always great to hear. But we're just going to put this little toad back and keep on hiking. Good morning, everyone. It has been a day since you last seen me, and it has cooled off drastically. And as you can see here by this floodplain behind me, we got a ton of rain last night. So with that being said, I'm out here today doing some hiking for some salamanders. And there's a few species that I have in mind I would like to see, but I'll take anything I can get. So I'm going to continue walking through this beautiful river floodplain habitat here, and we will see what we can do. And the first salamander of the morning is this really pretty little male marbled salamander here. You can tell this is a male by his really white bands and pattern on his back, whereas the females have more of a faded pattern, and those markings are typically more gray than white on them. But anyway, these are really cool little salamanders. They're commonly found along river systems, and they breed in these floodplains, just like this right here. This one is starting to fill up. Now, marbled salamanders are from the genus Ambystoma, but what makes them unique is these actually lay eggs on land. So the females will lay eggs under logs, rocks, pieces of bark, whatever they can find along these floodplains, and they will actually remain with them until the water fills up. And since these are really poor swimmers, they are really terrestrial, the females will actually move upland and leave the eggs, and then once the eggs are completely submerged, they will hatch. So really unique little salamanders. These are really common here in the Georgia Piedmont and really common throughout most of their range, but they tend to struggle in urban areas and some of the mountainous regions where intact floodplains are just not available. But yeah, really nice little male marbled salamander. I'm just going to put him back under his log here, and we will see what else we can find. And the next find of the day is this little female marbled salamander here. Now this is a young individual, but she is pretty plump, so she is possibly gravid. What's interesting about this one is she is actually found under a log right here at the edge of this stream. Now this stream drains down into a floodplain, but there's not really any suitable nesting habitat right here. Maybe on the opposite side, but again, she was over here. So yeah, really nice little chunky female marbled salamander. I'm going to put her back under her log, and we will see what else we can find. And right here we have a nice change of scenery, a slimy salamander. But if you notice, this one has very little white pattern on its back. It's almost completely black all over, with the exception of a little bit of white speckling on the sides. Now, unlike the marbled salamanders in the previous clips, these slimy salamanders are fully terrestrial, and they're also from the lungless salamander family. Now, of course, being fully terrestrial, these have no aquatic larval stage. They go through that inside the eggs that are laid on land, and they come out looking like miniature versions of the adults. So again, I'm not one to get super excited over slimy salamanders, but it's cool to see unique looking individuals like this. This one is really large, and as you can see, basically solid black, so really a good looking salamander. But I'm just going to put it back under its log here, and we will see what else we can find. And right here's a salamander that I was not expecting to see today. This is a juvenile spotted salamander. Now, like the marbled salamanders, these are also from the genus Ambystoma. They are mole salamanders, but these actually breed in the winter and really early spring, and they breed in the water. They lay large frog-like egg masses and attach them to sticks and vegetation and whatnot once these pools begin to fill up. But it's really early in the year to be seeing these, but it did flood a lot last night, so I guess it brought them up. Now this is a juvenile here, and it does not appear to be at sexual maturity just yet, but yeah, really clean looking little spotted salamander. Again, I'm just at the edge of this stream here that's emptying out into a large floodplain. Now this pond will be breeding habitat for the spotted salamander later this winter, so really cool to see this little guy. But I'm just going to get some quick pictures and put it back, and we will see what else we can find. And right here we have a much larger female marbled salamander. Still really chunky, but to me this appears to be a postpartum female that has already laid eggs and has been forced to move into the uplands here. I am now at a different pond, and as you can see here, I'm a good distance from the water. But if you look over at the floodplain, it is completely full right now. So that tells me that she has already laid eggs lower down, and the rains have forced her to move up here. Yeah, really chunky, good-sized adult female. I'm just going to leave her right here, and hopefully we will see some individuals that are still on eggs soon. Okay guys, I'm doing another marbled salamander survey with the Amphibian Foundation, and on our way to our survey site here, we just found this beautiful little hatchling eastern spiny softshell turtle. Now these are really cool turtles. As you can see, unlike normal turtles, these have a leathery, really soft shell. It's not hard at all. Really unique turtles. These love to burrow in the sand, so they love sandy streams and larger river systems. I imagine this little turtle has originated in the Chattahoochee River, because we are right here, and it's moved up here and burrowed down in this area that was recently underwater and is currently draining. But yeah, just an adorable little eastern spiny softshell turtle. Always cool to see, but I'm going to keep on surveying this wetland, and we will see what else we can find. Alright, I just made it back to my apartment, and I did not find any other herps after that little hatchling softshell turtle. So with that being said, I'm going to call it a video here. I really did not find any of my big targets for this video, but I did find a lot of random, just really cool finds. So I'm happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be heading out tomorrow to do some hiking for some hognose snakes, but if I find anything then, that will likely be in the next video. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Do all of that good stuff, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.